Everybody, welcome inside Kelly Fieldhouse on the campus of St. Joseph's Preparatory School for a Catholic League rivalry matchup between the Explorers of LaSalle and the Hawks of St. Joseph's Prep. Your broadcast team, Bob Long, Danny Rovey, and Chris Carabello. The Explorers of LaSalle being introduced first. The starting lineups dressed in the road navy blue uniforms. The starters, Nick Sverano, Sam Brown, Tim Jennings, Horace Simmons, and Chris Williams, coached by Mike McKee already in his fourth year with the program. St. Joe's Prep dressed in white, being introduced on their home floor. Head coach for the Hawks is Jason Harrigan. Introduced first, Jalen Harper, a sophomore at 6'3", 7 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Jaron McKee averages 12 points per game, second leading scorer, 54% beyond the arc from deep, and the son of Aaron McKee. Jackson Gaffney, a junior at 6'7", introduced next, averaging 7.5 points per game, second leading three-point shooter with 41% from beyond the arc. Christian Gillowett at 12.5 points per game, introduced 3 blocks, and then finally number 11, Jaden Vargas at 6.5 points per contest. We'll start with you, Danny. This is a big game for this LaSalle team. It's going to be 2 consecutive games over this expanded weekend, from last Friday against Father Judge now to Monday night against St. Joe's Prep, where the Explorers are taking on a fellow 6A team. Very big in terms of state playoff implications. These games essential if you want to punch your ticket for one of those top 2 spots.
Well, of course, Bob. I think that every game from here on out for LaSalle will be very crucial. Playoff seeding is so huge in such a very condensed league like the PCL, so every win counts for the remainder of the season for the boys in blue and gold.
And we are underway. Tip 1, and Jalen Harper has the basketball, defended by Nick Sverano. LaSalle, they come out in a man-to-man look. Gillowett gets the feed underneath, just couldn't hit it, and a great job there by Horace Simmons. He leads the Explorers in rebounding and shows why there, 7.5 caroms per contest. Chris Williams. St. Joe's Prep starts out man-to-man defensively. Nick Sverano been really good recently from beyond the arc, not that time. And last touch by St. Joe's Prep. LaSalle will get the basketball. Again, 7:17 to play first quarter. Chris Carabello with us doing double duty, camera and color. Thanks for being here. It's been a while since we've had you on the air.
It has been a while. I think the last time we did a game down here, we didn't even have a camera.
That's right. That's a good point. Back in our radio days.
Although this is a great vantage point, we've always said that.
Chris Williams couldn't hit the 3, and St. Joe's Prep comes up with the rebound. Jackson Gaffney. Better than a minute in, both teams come up empty on their first offensive possessions. And that one didn't draw any iron. I think it's going to go LaSalle's way. It's one that you would think would be blocked, but just off the hand of Jackson Gaffney, a little sideways. Chris Williams has been really good this year, especially recently. Great with his back to the basket, and the second leading rebounder on this LaSalle team at 6'3". Here's Horace Simmons at the top of the key. Patience here from this LaSalle Explorer team. Tim Jennings comes to the jump stop, and they'll reset once again. Verano all the way to the dish and then gave it away. Here comes Jaden Vargas the other way. Horace Simmons with the big block.
With authority.
Averaging 3.5 blocks per game. Williams on the dive, threw that one through the hands of Jennings. Horace Simmons doing it on both ends, and LaSalle on the board first.
Right there, Bob. LaSalle really showcasing their great ability to get transition points where it matters. Big 3 from Horace Simmons.
And Horace Simmons coming off of his top offensive performance of the season, 28 points against Father Judge on Friday night. a performance we haven't seen since that first Newman-Goretti game last year.
A deliberate pace for both teams offensively to this point. Almost 3 minutes into this first quarter, it's 3-0 LaSalle. Good finish in traffic. That's Jalen Harper at 6'3", averaging 7 points per game. Does a little bit of everything, guys. 5 rebounds and 3 assists. There's a 3 for Nick Verano.
Well, Verano on the year has been an excellent scorer for the Explorers. 13.4 averaged on the year. And you can see why he'll be taking his talents playing D1 basketball in Army next year.
Bully ball inside. And it's Gillowett off the glass with that left hand. Impressive footwork from the big man. And then Danny, also ability to finish with the offhand.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, in the front court, that's a really important move to put on show right there.
And Williams with a great cut off the ball. 2-man basketball. Verano and Williams. LaSalle leads 8-4. Halfway home here in the first quarter. A huge basketball game in the Philadelphia Catholic League. You can say that on repeat anytime St. Joe's Prep and LaSalle meet, but particularly here. As that 3 brings rain, Jaden Vargas.
Bit of a lapse in judgment there on the defensive end of things. Let's see if we can clean that up for the remainder of the game.
2 games separate these two teams in the standings. At St. Joe's Prep, 2-4 on the year in the Catholic League. Tim Jennings, an improving part of his game, hit an elbow jumper to start things against Father Judge. Does so here against St. Joe's Prep. And just something to make the opposing big, come out and guard Jennings. That's going to open up the offense, not just for Jennings, but for the rest of the team. Great passing, interior, and Gillowett puts it in. Nice assist from number 14, Jalen Harper. LaSalle in navy blue, St. Joe's Prep in the home white uniforms. Speedy Morris Court at Kelly Fieldhouse, the venue. Nick Verano, everything but the finish, and now potentially an opportunity in transition, but LaSalle back pretty well. A transition 3, in and out. Great rebound, too strong on the finish. And a jump ball, the alternate possession will give it to St. Joe's Prep. Potentially not. Look at that.
St. Joe's Prep won the tip.
I'm just looking dead below me here. I'm looking down but dead below me, and it showed the possession arrow being to LaSalle, and there we go.
Well, Bob, both of these offenses very, very up-tempo, and right now that is being put on display for us right here. Of course, a lot of ball movement between both these sides.
Sam Brown from the baseline. And Chris, I feel like, he's a pretty good shooter from anywhere on the court. He has some sort of rhythm and feel from the baseline. He's been great from that spot all year.
He does. You don't see him out in front of the basket much. It's mostly from the baseline. And I think where he's most effective is his ability to post. I don't think there's very few people that can defend his strength and athleticism.
Well, and because you have to be so aware and ready for him getting to the basket off the bounce. That truly might be his best attribute. Now LaSalle mixes up the defense for the first time, a 2-3 zone. Prep shoots over the top and splash. First bucket of the game for Jaron McKee, 54% from beyond the three-point line this year. There's only 2 guys shooting above 40%. Again, that's a pretty good number for St. Joe's Prep. But nobody other than, as there's a steal by St. Joe's Prep coming the other way. Not a bad foul by Joe Shields in transition to stop the easy bucket from Jaden Vargas. But Jackson Gaffney shooting 41%, McKee 54%. There's not another shooter actually even above 25% from beyond the arc. So if you're running them off the three-point line and you're Mike McKee, tell your guys, Gaffney and McKee, those are the 2 that you have to be aware of from beyond the arc. Here's Olin Chamberlain, long lost, great nephew of the great Wilt Chamberlain. Williams, nice catch, extra pass. Sam Brown, and it's Williams in amongst the trees.
Gritty play there from Williams.
Ryan Swords just checked into the game to go along with Shields. Simmons for three, that's well short. And that'll go out of bounds with 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. 12 apiece here. LaSalle took an early lead, led by as many as 4, St. Joe's Prep. They've been able to answer every time the deficit has gotten to that margin. Good old-fashioned Philadelphia Catholic League battle. LaSalle right back to the man-to-man. And a great dribble drive, McKee. Sam Brown now the other way, not a ton of numbers, and does the right thing with 22 seconds left. Not having those numbers, they're going to hold for the last shot if they can. Seven seconds on the clock for Sam Brown. Horace Simmons with 2. Simmons gets to the basket and lost the ball. That's the end of the first quarter.
Simmons certainly looking for the call there, but to no avail.
Through one quarter, LaSalle 12, St. Joseph's Prep 12. This portion of today's game brought to you by Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. Our favorite realtors here at Bob Long Sports and wonderful advocates for everything LaSalle sports. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, reach out to Jim and Carrie, and they'd be happy to help you through the process. Make sure to tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you. And E&M Insurance in North Wales, run by Chris Marr, class of 1989. Very involved within the alumni board, in fact, former alumni board president. He can help you get the best rates, best service, of course, and also the best prices. Find them online at eandminsurance.com or find them on Facebook.
Getting back in, second quarter, the biggest thing for the Explorers right now is getting those high-quality looks from the perimeter to fall. I think once that happens, LaSalle finds themselves with a big lead here in the second quarter.
See if they can do that. St. Joe's Prep on the other side, trying to keep the offensive momentum going from the latter stage of that first quarter. Got a three-point shot to go, but more importantly, Danny did a great job moving the basketball, some off-ball cuts, created great looks inside for Tristan Gillowette, who leads the team on the year with 12.5 points per game.
I agree. I think that St. Joe's really kind of found their footing there in the later stages of the first quarter there. Definitely the ball movement was picked up as we progressed.
I want to give a more formal welcome to Danny, who's class of 2024 here at LaSalle, aspiring journalist and doing a great job on our broadcast this year. So thank you so much for being here. What a pass from Sam Brown, and Nick Sperano, nothing but net.
Danny had alluded to the Explorers trying to score from the perimeter. I think from the onset, two of the Explorers' strengths that they needed to exploit here is to push and post. They needed to push the ball up the court. The Prep would struggle with that, and to post. Sam Brown, Chris Williams, two guys that have been able to do it all year. This is a team that they can do it against.
Gillowette inside. Got his own rebound and finished it. LaSalle just checked in Caleb Bryant to the lineup, and a little bit exposed there on the high pick and roll. A slip from Gillowette. Great ball movement there from St. Joe's Prep, and off-ball movement by Gillowette. He earned that one.
Sal spreading the floor.
Bryant with the basketball. I thought he double dribbled. Surprised
I thought he walked, yeah.
And now here comes St. Joe's Prep the other way. Thought about the three. Gillowette. A deep three. That might have even been tipped. Kept in bounds, and LaSalle's going to come back the other way with it. Brown to the 10. Fouled there by Gillowette. Sam Brown will shoot 2 at the line where he has been so good this year. Another look. You're going to see Caleb Bryant do a good job. He does get set right at the last moment there. And then Gillowette really tough to go at Sam Brown. Makes a decent effort at it, but got him with the contact.
And, you know, sending Brown to the line, really one of the most efficient scorers here for the LaSalle team. He's been money from the line on the year.
And there was an example of them, the Explorers pushing it up the floor. The Explorers want to get St. Joe's Prep in transition basketball. Sam Brown, Chris Williams, people like that going to the basket, even Nick Verano cutting through the lane into the basket. It's going to be harder for them to defend. St. Joe's, it's going to be harder for St. Joe's to defend that.
And you mentioned the efficiency from the line, Danny, the 78% foul shooter. 2 for 2. St. Joe's Prep, they tried to get play going quickly once again, but Chris Williams was safely at the scorer's table, ready to replace the shooter after the make from Brown. So now back to action. Gillowette. Yeah. It's a good stroke. It went off the back iron, but a really nice stroke from the big man.
It's tough. The Explorers were all under position underneath.
Joe Shields, good backside help defense.
LaSalle certainly making up for that missed rebound right there.
And a great steal. This is Jaden Vargas ahead of the pack. Solid finish.
Vargas right there with authority. Definitely great hustle play right there. Not only to draw the steal, but to get the tough little lay right there.
Yeah, and you know, maybe a little bit of a opposite arm extend. Good no call, but again, just to be able to extend that left arm away from the would-be shot blocker, just exquisite finish by Vargas. Joe Shields for 3. Quietly shooting it above 40% on the year from beyond the arc on 20 attempts.
You know, Joe Shields coming into this team as a sophomore has been really efficient on the year, shooting and defending. Great talent for years to come.
5 minutes left in the second quarter. 2 6A teams duking it out. St. Joe's Prep, they really need this one at 2-4 in the Catholic League. LaSalle just 2 Catholic League losses on the year. The chasm might be too much to overcome for the Hawks if they can't get the win. Olin Chamberlain hits the 2. And back down to a 2-point lead for LaSalle. Full court pressure from St. Joseph's Prep, and that's at times where LaSalle has struggled a little bit, turning the ball over. They have a point guard by committee. Horace Simmons lost the basketball, tipped away there by Gillowette. Out of bounds to LaSalle. Talk about where they struggle a little bit, Chris, where they're very, very good. Baseline out of bounds and creating good looks.
Yeah, let's see if they can run that out of bounds play where either Sam Brown or Chris Williams is going to cut through the. There they go. Sam Brown cut through the lane. There we go.
Nick Verano, no good.
Good look right there from the Explorers, though.
Yeah, that was a good look by Nick Verano. That's a shot that he's going to make.
And a foul called. That's going to send number 14, Jalen Harper, to the line. And he gets the shooter's roll. Harper 15 for 25 from the foul stripe this year. And he goes 1 of 2, halfway through this second quarter. LaSalle in navy blue, St. Joe's Prep in white. We're at Speedy Morris Court at Kelly Fieldhouse. Always one of our favorite places to go on the road each and every other year. Catholic League, it's a great way to do the scheduling. You play each team one time, you flip home and road each year. Great way to see all the wonderful venues across the Philadelphia Catholic League. And you can put these venues up with any league in the state with the character, the history of these places. Horace Simmons got his defender in the air. Everything but the finish.
LaSalle with the hustle play.
Tim Jennings, nice rebound.
Sam Brown glides to the hole and finished it. Over top of Gillowette.
Sam Brown's efficiency with the dribble drive is fantastic. 16.8 averaging on the year, the highest for the Explorers.
That's Olin Chamberlain, the freshman, couldn't hit the mid-range. Under 3 minutes to go. Skip pass for Chris Williams. Lightning quick on the dribble, and an easy call for the referee. Should be in the act of shooting. We'll get another look. Again, you come to that jump stop there. One quick move, Rip with the basketball. No chance for Olin Chamberlain.
And Chris Williams is by far the Explorers' best free throw shooter, although they're not giving him one. They're saying he was on the ground. So we'll have another inbound play run under the basket.
Yeah, Mike McKee rightly not particularly happy with that call. Very clear that he was going into the shooting motion there.
I agree. Certainly a questionable call, to say the least.
Now St. Joe's Prep goes into the matchup zone. Gillowette coming up high to guard. There may be an opportunity on the baseline if LaSalle can get some off-ball movement. 2:30 to go, second quarter. Horace Simmons contested three, it's good.
Sam Brown with a beautiful kick out right there to Horace. Fantastic look and a fantastic finish there.
37% from deep on the year, but those statistics are skewed. It was a slower start for him. In the last 2 weeks, he has been on fire from beyond the arc. Jaron McKee, no. Rebound, and he was hit there by Tim Jennings. A good call by the referee right on the spot. He'll shoot two at the line. We think that one was in the act of shooting, certainly. No particular foul trouble. That was just LaSalle's third team foul. The first on Tim Jennings. St. Joe's Prep, only 2 fouls as a team. That's the type of free-flowing basketball you like to see.
Certainly.
Again, your broadcast team, Bob Long, Chris Carabello. Hasn't been on in a little while. I want to say Bishop McDevitt football back in August when LaSalle was out in Harrisburg. Might have been the last time.
You're absolutely right.
And then Danny Rovey becoming a staple here on the broadcast, class of 2024.
That is correct.
There you go. Here at LaSalle, doing a wonderful job with the WEXP program. And doing a great job with us now at Bob Long Sports.
I appreciate it all, Bob. Thank you.
Nice catch there by Sam Brown. Extra pass inside, Shields. Calm finish in transition. And that's a way to get a team out of a three-quarters court pressure. Create an easy look like that on the other side.
Little risk reward. There were 2 passes that were awful close.
One thing that Coach McKee has preached all year is that cross-court ball movement. LaSalle really putting it on a show right there.
Olin Chamberlain, that was halfway down. Williams the other way. Nearly traveled with it. Sam Brown, extra pass. Joe Shields gets all the way to the 10. Back for Brown, his favorite spot, hit it. And it's a 9-point lead. That's the largest lead of the night for LaSalle thus far.
Big possession for the Explorers, chance to stretch it to double digits.
Timeout called by Jason Harrigan, the second-year head coach for St. Joe's Prep. A tough year last year for this team, but Harrigan, a wonderful coach. He's done great things. Del Valle Charter, most recently in the Catholic League at Cardinal O'Hara. And he's got some great freshman and sophomore talent here for this program.
Well, I agree. You know, really looking at this Prep team, a lot of young talent, so they should definitely have a lot of promise for years to come.
This portion of today's game brought to you by the Station Tap House, run by the Wade family, big advocates of everything LaSalle and LaSalle athletics. We appreciate them. Right at the end of the Doylestown old R5 line, right in downtown Doylestown, great spot to watch the big game. Great spot to get together with family and friends. We appreciate Joe. It's our favorite spot to go before, during, or after the game. Also want to tell you about Winning Search Solutions, run by Mike Winning, class of 1974 at LaSalle and a current Alumni Association board member. Company offers full-service property and casualty recruiting for all of your insurance hiring needs. Mike was with a carrier for 20 years prior to launching Winning Search Solutions in 2007, so he knows the industry well. If you're looking to fill any leadership, technical, or support positions, get in touch with Mike at 215-779-0883 or email him at mwinning@winningsearchsolutions.com. 1:14 to go. Second quarter action here on Bob Long Sports. And it's LaSalle with the largest lead of the evening, 30-21. And it's Chamberlain with the keys to the car, the freshman at 6 foot. Relative of Wilt Chamberlain. There's a dribble drive. McKee, what a finish.
Friendly roll there, to say the least, from McKee, but as they say, a bucket is a bucket. 2 points for Prep.
Yep, and you make your own luck by being aggressive to the basket. Finished with the offhand. That was the correct play coming from that side underneath the backboard. So tough to finish that with your right. An excellent player as a freshman. Nick Verano, oh my goodness, what a finish in traffic. He answers right back to Jaron McKee's dipsy-do finish. 11 seconds left. And Williams poked it away. Shields keeps it in bounds. What a play. Williams in transition. That one won't go in the tip. I think it was from Horace Simmons. That's the end of the half.
Wow, highlight play to end it there for the Explorers. Fantastic athletic play there from Shields to bring the ball back in. The Explorers with authority get the finish.
And there's your tip right on the right-hand side of your screen by Horace Simmons. Excellent play by the Explorers. And we head to half here at Kelly Fieldhouse. A great basketball game thus far here this afternoon. This portion of today's game brought to you by Binswanger and Doug Kelly. Doug Kelly, a big supporter of the things we do here at Bob Long Sports. He loved this idea because he was a former basketball player himself back in the day. I'll walk in the gym and you'll know that he was a former basketball player, but now he's a great commercial realtor. Great agent if you're looking to buy or sell your commercial property, lease it out, take you through any part of that process. He's the guy. Very involved with the alumni board and the business networking group. By the way, you should come on out to the next LaSalle business networking group at McGurk's or a local pub. But Doug Kelly, we appreciate him and his thoughts and support of us here on Bob Long Sports with Binswanger. A great game thus far, guys. Bob Long, Chris Carabello, Danny Rovey. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side. You're watching LaSalle versus St. Joe's Prep here on Bob Long Sports. The Explorers lead by 11.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Ferangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
It's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with 0 out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with 0 out-of-pocket cost to you.
Here we go.
Okay, folks, welcome back inside Kelly Fieldhouse, underway in the second half. Bob Long, Danny Rovey, and Chris Carabello. LaSalle leads St. Joe's Prep 34-23.
You know, the Explorers ended that first half off on a very strong note, looking to extend that here into the second half of this game.
Yep, and Horace Simmons got to the basket, drew some contact. He will shoot 2 at the line, 1 more look. And it's that head fake getting the defender in the air. An aggressive power dribble. Got to the basket. Very good from Horace Simmons, and that makes that lethal 3-point shot even more dangerous. If you can just raise those eyes, get the defender in the air, and beat him off the bounce.
Horace Simmons usually a very good free throw shooter. He's 80% on the year.
Yeah, LaSalle as a team, guys, 79% on the year. You don't see a lot of that, particularly not in high school basketball. And Villanova, collegiately, the best foul shooting team in the Big East, one of the best nationally, they sure as heck don't match that 79 percentage that LaSalle has. Very impressive.
Great steal by Nick Verano. Very athletic play to keep the ball in play.
Good catch there by Sam Brown.
Sal spreading the perimeter.
Yeah, Verano wanted that ball for a second, but I like it. Get into your set. You lead by 12. Make sure you get a good shot.
I agree, Bob. That's the biggest thing for LaSalle right now is getting the most quality looks available.
Verano thought about the 3, and now it's Williams. And they're in no hurry here looking to run the set. Back to the basket is Horace Simmons. 3 defenders keeping an eye on him. 6:44 to play in the third quarter. And now they go right back to Simmons. Pretty far away from the basket there. And Jennings thought about the, maybe had an opportunity to drive to the basket there, but shot it from the foul line.
It was a good shot, though.
It certainly was open and in rhythm, no doubt.
It's a shot he had made earlier in the evening.
Gillowette, that's a great spot for him to catch the ball. Just couldn't finish it. And Simmons, unfortunate there as it bounces past the baseline.
Unlucky break there for Simmons.
Yeah, he made a nice rebound and then only to have it go. Just take a bad bounce.
St. Joe's looking to capitalize on this mistake here.
Well, Sal nearly got a hand on the basketball. Great look inside, maybe too much heat on it, though. Tough for Jaden Vargas to handle off the Harper pass.
I thought that ball was on the line, but Bill Silverelli was right there. If it was, he would have made the call.
Yep, so St. Joe's Prep basketball with 6:02 to play in the third quarter. Wow, nearly out of control there. That would have been a tough one. They thought about the home run pass. Instead, it's Sam Brown.
You know, a very lengthy possession there for St. Joe's, but no basket was acquired.
A deep three. Nick Sperano, nothing but net.
He was almost in the first row of the stands.
I agree. Elite shooting stroke there from Nick Sperano.
And Chris, you can speak to this as well, particularly last year when LaSalle surprised a lot of people. Had 4 guys averaging more than 10 points. Maybe it might have even been 5 guys by the end of the year. Count that one and one. Jackson Gaffney with a big answer. But you felt like Verano, Simmons, Charles Ireland last year, guys that were all shooting the ball really, really well. Simmons and Nick Verano didn't have the same start to this year as they did last year. And now you feel like just at the right time, these guys hitting their stride.
Yeah, if you look at their averages, they're creeping up to something very similar to last year. Last year was the first time that LaSalle had 4 of its 5 starters average in double figures, which was really unheard of. Chris Williams replaces Charles Ireland in the lineup, different kind of player, where Charles had a much better three-point stroke. Williams has a stronger move to the basket.
Horace Simmons, how about that move to the basket? Got his own rebound. That one was blocked by Gillowette. Great play. Tristan Gillowette making life difficult inside. Gaffney. McKee wide open for 3 off the back screen. And nothing you can say about that play. Jason Harrigan's going to love the look he got. Williams. 4:30 to play third quarter.
See if the Explorers are patient here.
They sure are, really deliberate. Leading by 13. Nick Sperano for 3, count it!
That basket right there is a result of some really great intentional ball movement right there. Love to see it from the Explorers.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Jennings passed on 2 nice jumpers that are certainly well within his range to make that shot, make that pass and open up that shot for Nick Sperano.
Well, and you're right. It's the old give up a good shot to get a better shot. Yeah. Can Tim Jennings make that shot? Absolutely. He showed us that over the past 2 times out. But Nick Sperano, in rhythm, hot, give it to him.
Yeah.
Coming off the screen, not forcing him to put the ball on the turf, and I think that's a big part of it. Catch and shoot. Verano, as good as it gets.
I agree. Great example right there of some quality team basketball.
And it was the Explorers who called the timeout there.
Interesting. Yeah, just a 30-second timeout. Maybe to get a substitution on the floor. I don't know, though. I didn't see anybody go to the table.
Yeah. I think it was more to talk about defense. That if they can get another stop, come down and get another basket, it really opens up a sizable lead for the Explorers.
I would agree. The Explorers really expanding that margin as we enter the second half. Yeah, we're going to continue that.
And with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to play, here in the third quarter, it's LaSalle with its largest lead of the evening, 41-25 over fellow rival in the Catholic League and 6A foe, St. Joe's Prep. It's Gaffney cutting into that deficit off the glass, count it, and 1.
Yeah, it's 2 consecutive possessions that Gaffney's made that drive and layup and got the foul.
Tremendous work from Gaffney there to stick with the basket there. Ignoring the contact, putting the ball in the basket. Another chance to make it a three-point play here for the Hawks.
Gaffney at 68% from the foul line on the year. Unable to convert.
He's missed 2 in a row now. Failed to convert the three-point play on 2 consecutive possessions.
LaSalle's done a great job of being deliberate in the offensive set, getting a shot on every possession. Can they do the same here? Sam Brown nearly traveled with it. Instead, Gaffney picks up the personal. Just Gaffney's first, team second. Remember, St. Joe's Prep went the full 16 minutes in the first half, only with 2 team fouls, so nobody in trouble on either side. LaSalle just with 2 after picking up, I think it was 4 by the time the second quarter concluded. Joe Shields come to the basketball. Tough there with the half-court stripe. Great job to elude the pressure. Horace Simmons off the assist from Sam Brown.
Nice with pass authority from Horace Simmons right there.
And that's all Joe Shields.
Yeah, he's stuck with it.
It's really easy for the pace to kind of pick up in your head there when you're in that pressure. Nick Ferrano picks up the steal. Chris Williams is trailing. What a pass. And LaSalle's in business.
Yeah, a great look by Nick Ferrano to see a wide open Chris Williams.
Nick Ferrano there with a brilliant skim pass. Love to see that ball movement. Time in and time out.
LaSalle looking for another steal. Joe Shields, 50-50 ball. He'll pick up the personal. Mike McKee, the head coach of LaSalle, he's going to have no problem with that effort. You want him to go after that 50-50 ball. Nobody in foul trouble. Game just came up a bit late on it. We talked about nobody being in foul trouble. This is the one guy that is. Joe Shields, at least on the board, says it's his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they've had a total of 7, so that's quite a proportion of that balance, huh? Tough drive inside, right over the front rim and down. Jaron McKee. Big bucket there for St. Joe's Prep.
You know, McKee drawed a lot of really great contact layups so far this game. Obviously continuing that span.
An important 2 minutes and 30 seconds here in the third quarter. St. Joe's Prep looking to crawl back into this basketball game. Full court pressure on LaSalle. Poked away from Chris Williams, and we'll do it again.
That's nice pressure by the Prep.
I agree. I think the biggest thing right now for the Prep is looking for a way to sort of rush this LaSalle offense into making some mistakes in the second half.
Now, I beg your pardon, but in college, they would need to get this across in the next 5 seconds or so, right? The 10-second doesn't reset. I don't know that rule has changed in high school yet. Horace Simmons doesn't seem to matter for LaSalle. They continue to get great, easy looks when St. Joe's Prep pressures full court. Luke Brown checked into the game for St. Joe's Prep, as did Thomas Hart. McKee dribbles into and gets out of trouble. The 3 is no good. That was Brown off the bench. Brown at 6'7". Thomas Hart averaging 6 points per game, a senior guard. Harrigan deeper into his bench than we've seen at all today. That 3 is no good. And team rebounding there by LaSalle. It's Williams that comes up with it. Numbers, and he just dribbled that one off his foot.
It's a shame.
Unlucky play there. Williams possibly moving a little bit too fast.
Now, there's a gentleman with a storied history that coached here, Speedy Morris, that never went deep onto the bench. You rarely saw a seventh man.
Right. I mean, there might have been 12, 14 players on the bench, but 7 played, sometimes 8, but rarely.
I don't know if that's analytics or reverse analytics, but hey, he won a lot of basketball games over a long period of time, running with his guns and his main guys out there. Speedy Morris, a legend here at St. Joe's Prep and across the greater Philadelphia area.
Yeah, it's tough to question any Speedy Morris decisions.
That's exactly right. This portion of today's game brought to you by Next Play Basketball. If you're looking for AAU basketball this spring and summer, Next Play Basketball, started by Matt Paul and Ryan Ansell, is a program designed to help players elevate their game and prepare to play at the next level. Next Play has boys and girls teams from 4th to 11th graders and is based in Delaware and Montgomery County. Visit nextplaybasketball.com for more information about tryouts and other programming. Also want to tell you again about Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. Our favorite realtors here at LaSalle and on Bob Long Sports. We appreciate everything they've done for me and my wife personally, and also for allowing us to do what we do here broadcasting LaSalle. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, go talk to Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle. 1:12 to go in the third quarter. LaSalle with a 17-point lead. St. Joe's Prep needs a good minute and 5 seconds here to climb back into this one and make it manageable heading into the fourth quarter. Thomas Hart, he'll try, couldn't hit it. They've gotten a few decent looks from beyond the arc. They just haven't gone. And now LaSalle with 45 seconds left. Danny, if they can take this one down, why not? Limit a St. Joe's Prep possession?
I agree, and a 3-point play makes this a 20-point lead for the Explorers. That would be crucial.
Nick Sperano thought about that coming off the screen, didn't he? That would have been a deep one.
Certainly contemplated it.
They're going to try to get him a better look than that.
And in the next 20 or so seconds, 21 on the clock right now, Sam Brown, that's a great look, just didn't hit it. And Hart's out ahead of the traffic. They just didn't see him in time. Olin Chamberlain, nice job by Horace Simmons to stay down. Final 7 seconds of the quarter. That's a tough shot. Won't go. Sam Brown with 1. And that's the end of the third quarter. LaSalle leads by 17. Heading to the fourth here on Bob Long Sports. This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance, run by Chris Marr, a proud LaSalle ambassador on the alumni board. Class of 1989, sent his 2 sons here to LaSalle. Property and casualty insurance firm. If you're looking to maybe have a kid that's a student at LaSalle or some other institution here locally, he or she is about to get, oh boy, a license. Chris, I know you went through that not too long ago with your son. You know, the rates are going to go up, and Chris can help you through that process. Make sure you have all the proper coverages. E&M Insurance, we appreciate their partnership. Proud supporter of LaSalle. And then Jamison Poorhouse, family, food, and fun, run by the Wade family. A great spot to go before, during, or after the game. Check them out. Great TVs, great food, great drink. A family atmosphere at the Jamison Poorhouse. Heading to the fourth quarter, guys, and a long way to go here, but Chris, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up for LaSalle.
Murder's Row?
Something like that, but also the number of games they're going to be playing in a short period of time. A Wednesday slate against Newman Goretti.
At Newman Goretti.
At Newman Goretti on Wednesday. We're not able to broadcast that game. They're partnered with NFHS, and so that is a subscription-paid service, and that game has to be streamed exclusively on that site. We'll certainly be following along on Wednesday, but won't have the telecast for you, and then back home on Friday evening.
Friday, a huge game for the Explorers, taking on Archbishop Wood, state finalist, if my memory serves correct, Bob.
State finalists, yes. Lost to Reading in the state final.
Of course, Wood, a fantastic program over many years.
Gillette tries to bully his way inside.
Oh, Tim
LaSalle
Jennings with
pulls
a nice
away.
block.
And here's Sam Brown the other way. Here's Tim Jennings with his back to the basket.
LaSalle certainly will be elongating these possessions over the fourth quarter.
But poked away. This is Thomas Hart. And he's fouled hard by Ryan Sorge. That's how St. Joe's Prep is going to get back into the basketball game. Turnovers and coming back the other way to get some easy buckets.
St. Joe's Prep's going to have to start to play very aggressive between trying to trap and then going for the steal.
Pod. 7:23 to go, and LaSalle leads by 16 points over St. Joe's Prep. 2 of 2 at the line for Hart.
Horace Simmons will check back in for the Explorers.
Full court pressure from St. Joe's Prep. Again, as mentioned, they got a turnover in the last possession. They need to elicit some more. Horace Simmons to the basket, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2 at the line. Foul called against Jalen Harper.
Horace Simmons originally looked for the pass there, trying to see if he could kick it out to the key, but to no avail. He'll be sent to the line for 2.
I don't know if either of you have the eyes good enough to see who's across from us in the stands, but I wonder if Aaron McKee is not here watching his son.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know the Temple men's basketball schedule offhand either. That would be a big part of it.
That would be.
Certainly.
Be tough to be in both places.
Although both are quite close to one another.
They are.
That's true. But something like Houston, for example, is not
right.
A place where they could be going in a conference basketball game. Certainly the A-10 was a better geographic fit for Temple, but playing in the American Athletic Conference. And coached by Aaron McKee. Contact, I thought we were going to get a call there on Cyberlick, but did just enough to avoid the foul call. Vereno in rhythm, that's no good. Cyberlick keeps it in, but saves it right to St. Joe's Prep. Hawks coming the other way. Harper, good finish. Jalen Harper cuts it back to a 15-point game. So we talked about Newman Goretti on Wednesday, and then Archbishop Wood coming to LaSalle on Friday. Well, after that, Roman Catholic comes to town the following Monday. Horace Simmons hits the long 2. So not only is it Murderers Row in terms of 3 of the best teams, maybe the 3 best teams to this point in the Catholic League, poked away from St. Joe's Prep by Chris Williams, but it's also the remaining 2 6A basketball opponents in the Catholic League. And if LaSalle gets the win here today, they'll be 2-0 against the other 6A opponents in the league, St. Joe's Prep and Father Judge. Now, it is done on a total standings basis, but winning those games against fellow 6A opponents, very important in terms of securing one of those 2 spots.
Having the head-to-head is really important.
Here's Sam Brown. Sam Brown, he is fouled, and that is the 4th team foul against St. Joe's Prep. That should be on the floor. But Sam Brown has a way of taking no numbers and making it not matter.
He's just so fast, so strong.
I mean, that was 1 on 3, guys. But it's kind of like when you're trying to tackle him as a running back. You got to set the edge and push him to the middle of the field, because if he gets to the outside, he's gone. And that's kind of what happened there. Chris Williams, good finish. The blow-by with the right-handed dribble, a 19-point lead.
Fantastic finish from Williams there. He has 8.7 averaged on the year.
Count that one, and one for Jaron McKee. Kind of lulled Chris Williams to sleep there, coming off that ball screen, and then Nick Sperano trying to react. Little bump, good finish with the floater.
The end one is keeping St. Joe's Prep in this.
Piece by piece.
Timeout called. Jason Harrigan, 5:38 to play in the game. "30-second timeout on the floor. Chris, maybe we can source some other results. I'll tell you about one. LaSalle hockey took down Holy Ghost. Was it Holy Ghost Prep today? I believe so.
I think it was.
In a 4-1 hockey game. Congrats to Wally and the team. Chris, I'm not even sure you're aware of this, but Wally Mulebronner, Rob Johnson had asked, hey, if I'm available to call the St. Joe's Prep versus LaSalle hockey game next week. So not our last LaSalle St. Joe's Prep event of the winter here. So we're looking forward to getting out to Hatfield Ice again and calling that basketball or calling that hockey game. I think that's next Wednesday at 4:00 p.m. LaSalle still in control, 5:38 to go, a 16-point lead. And a dangerous pass, but that actually hit the bottom of the stanchion there, so that's going to be LaSalle basketball. It can hit the top, right on the top of the backboard and being okay, but if it hits directly underneath there, that is automatically out of bounds. Fortunate there for LaSalle. And a corner three for Nick Sperano.
Nick Sperano surely loving those corner threes.
Connor Cyberlick saw a wide open Nick Sperano.
And Cyberlick got actually his foot on the basketball, not a kick, and LaSalle's going to come up with it.
Hustle play there from Williams right there.
What a nice hustle.
Fantastic job of just poking the ball free. Explorers looking to facilitate on this possession.
Simmons fouled. He'll shoot two. And again, it was good defense until he tried to rise up. And then the lower half of Luke Brown caused the foul. Another look. Simmons to the line. Once again, your broadcast team, Bob Long, Danny Rovey, LaSalle class of 2024, and then Chris Carabello doing color commentary as well as camera tonight. Appreciate him doing that.
And Bob, it does not appear that Temple would have, there would be any conflict for Aaron McKee tonight. So maybe he is in the stands.
There you go.
I have it on good authority that Micah Shrewsbury is in the stands for all of his son's games.
There you go. Braden, a highly touted junior. Although if you check the ESPN rankings, there is a player on this floor, Horace Simmons, that's one spot above Braden Shrewsbury.
I did not know that.
In terms of the state rankings in Pennsylvania for juniors.
Horace Simmons, many D1 offers as a junior. Surely more to come across this season.
4:43 to go. Fourth quarter, largest lead for LaSalle. Trying to cut into that is Olin Chamberlain. Make that Jaron McKee, beg your pardon, number one from the corner. One thing LaSalle has started to do, and this is a really, really binary and simple thing, but Chris, they're scoring more points. And turnover there from Chris Williams just kind of slipped right on the S of Speedy Morris there. But they're scoring more points, and it's because they've been more efficient, because they haven't been turning it over as much. And all of a sudden it becomes a little bit of a track meet to keep up with this LaSalle team. That becomes a challenge.
They're scoring more points through balanced scoring.
Yes.
That they're having those four guys, Chris Williams, Sam Brown, Nick Sperano, and Horace Simmons, all putting up significant numbers.
Sure. I mean, against Father Judge, when Horace Simmons had 28, Nick Sperano, he had 19.
And Chris Williams is almost averaging 10 points a game. So they're almost at that magic statistic they had last year when they had four starters averaging double figures.
And again, they're not going to get there tonight, but put up 74 points against Father Judge. I mean, that's tough in a 32-minute high school basketball game. You're doing something right at that point. Horace Simmons, just the 6th team foul against St. Joe's Prep. One more and LaSalle will be in the bonus. St. Joe's Prep in the bonus as LaSalle has 7 team fouls. That's the 2nd against Luke Brown. And a giveaway. Here comes St. Joe's Prep the other way. McKee, great look on the baseline. And just the threat of the 3.5 block Horace Simmons was enough to dissuade Jalen Harper. One more look. Again, Danny, good look on the baseline, but here's Horace Simmons.
Horace Simmons just providing enough pressure there to oust that bucket out.
Joe Shields will pull this one back. Good decision. And Verano will do the same with 3:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Verano given an open 3. That one wouldn't go.
It was a good look, though.
He's hit from that spot twice here in the 2nd half. That one wouldn't go either. The rebound is finished by Luke Brown. Timeout on the floor, 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
You know, despite both teams scoring, LaSalle does find themselves still in the driver's seat by far.
Yep, oh sure, yep. It's just hanging on to the basketball, making your foul shots when the time comes, not turning it over. Chris, the other thing that I was going to check on was wrestling. I don't know if there's a way to get that update, but I know there was a Catholic League Championship being hosted at LaSalle today at 6 o'clock.
Between Conwell-Egan and LaSalle, LaSalle had an early lead, but then you never know how the weight classes fall into where they started.
Yep. Our buddy Rob Stott, who broadcasts football with us in the fall, is an assistant coach under Ben Courtney with a tremendous wrestling program at LaSalle. Wishing the best for the wrestling program, not just tonight in the Catholic League Championship, but as individuals continue on through states, team states, all that other.
And LaSalle will continue as a team because
win or lose, right?
Yeah, win or lose, because by wrestling against Conwell-Egan, a smaller school, both teams advance to the state tournament.
Right.
So LaSalle will wrestle for the District 12 championship, and Conwell-Egan will do the same, and both have an opportunity to advance in the state tournament.
Out of the timeout, it'll be LaSalle basketball, and no doubt the message, Chris, was simply, let's find a way to get across the timeline, not turn it over, get to the finish line here. And that's a great way to do it against a zone defense. Get it to the middle of the zone. What a great cut. Chris Williams, the assist to Nick Verano.
Chris Williams, an elusive finish right there. Quality basket there.
This team is prepared right now against the full court. That just looks like they have practiced and practiced and practiced, not to mention some chemistry between two seniors that have been playing together for a while. Sam Brown up near the St. Joe's Prep Hawk logo. Shields with 1:53 to go. LaSalle in no hurry with 1:42
I was just going to say, certainly taking their time with this one.
Yeah, I think LaSalle's content with a backdoor, or they know they're going to get fouled.
Yep, and that's the 7th team foul against St. Joe's Prep. LaSalle in the bonus. A complete effort tonight from this LaSalle team, guys. And we're seeing more and more of that as the season goes on here. I thought on the road at Devon Prep was a pretty complete performance. Winning that game in overtime, a lot of grit and heart down the stretch. Particularly when they were down by 5 points at one point in overtime. Danny, a couple of possessions, and I know we called that game together. That was an incredible effort. seasoned veteran ability to come back down 5 in overtime.
I agree. To add on what you said about just showing pure heart, pure grit, that's truly what LaSalle did. I can't articulate it better myself.
And then a win on the at home, I beg your pardon, against Father Judge. Chris Williams. He's done a great job scoring the basketball. Maybe a little bit out of character in terms of turning the ball over. He's done that 3 or 4 times tonight, but a nice effort from this starting 5. A lot of them coming off the floor right now. On the floor for the Explorers, Connor Cyberlick, Ryan Sorge, Caleb Bryant on the floor, Joe Halferty, and James Barczyk.
Yeah.
.56 seconds to play. And Cyberlick comes up with the rebound. Chris Carabello, you mentioned it, but that foursome of Sam Brown, Chris Williams, Nick Sforeno, and Horace Simmons. Of course, Tim Jennings, part of that starting lineup as well. Joe Shields with a lot of time. But those 4 guys playing their best basketball at the right time. We've talked a lot about Chris Williams' game. A guy that has such a unique flair for the game. Second leading rebounder at 6'3". Maybe the team's best back to the basket scorer. Reminds you of a guy like Jalen Brunson when he played at Villanova. To go along with 2 sharpshooters in Horace Simmons and Nick Sforeno. Both of them can get to the basket as well. And then Sam Brown does a little bit of everything.
And Chris Williams can shoot the 3.
Absolutely he can, yep.
But he's had greater success this year by backing his defender to the basket.
Olin Chamberlain couldn't get the last one to go, and LaSalle wins the basketball game 60-42. Danny, your final thoughts on this one today?
Well, LaSalle really found themselves in the driver's seat from the beginning with this one. I think a fantastic team effort, start to finish. Really quality win for the Explorers. Sure was. Chris, back from behind the camera, your thoughts?
I think the Explorers did what they wanted to do. They aimed to do. They wanted to push and post. They did a little more of the push and less of the post, but they were successful. I think by doing that, it kind of confused the Prep a little bit. I think they came in with a defensive game plan that they had to switch at halftime. I had the luxury of overhearing the coaching staff, and that was clearly what was going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to focus on how well they did in transition. Every time St. Joe's Prep tried to pick up full court or even right near the half-court stripe, it was LaSalle back cutting, getting the ball to the middle of that three-quarters court pressure and creating a layup on the other end. Just dissuading St. Joe's Prep from even going into that type of defense. If they can continue to do that, that'll help eliminate the turnover issues we saw earlier in the year, give them easier looks, and make them a really difficult team to beat. Impressive win for LaSalle. Before we get out of here, I want to thank Bill Avington and the St. Joe's Prep broadcasting team for setting us up top here. It was a tremendous vantage point, always is. We'd love to come back again soon. Thanks for all you guys do in terms of making this a hospitable experience. Chris Carabello, thank you. Great job here today. Danny Rovey, a pleasure being with you as always, my friend.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Enjoyed it. And I'm Bob Long saying so long from Kelly Fieldhouse. Your final once again, LaSalle 60, St. Joe's Prep 42. Thanks, everybody. Good night.